I'm Matt Fisher. I'm a fourth generation citrus grower in the Delano area. Um, we grow all types of citrus, navels, Valencias, blood oranges, grapefruit, tangerines, lemons, all different types of citrus. Um, I've been working back with my family business for about 10 years now, and I really enjoy farming citrus because it's in my blood. That's what I grew up doing. It's what I know, and it's just very rewarding to be able to come out and see a new crop set every year and just produce food for our nation. And I sit on our industry trade board, California Citrus Mutual, and try to be actively involved in all aspects of what's threatening our industry relative to water, regulation, policy, trade. Agriculture is important in this county because we are the most fertile valley to be able to grow over 200 different types of crops that we grow. Obviously, there's a lot of good farming throughout the country, but in our area, to grow over 200 different types of commodities in large volume, it's a pretty unique place to be able to do that. Yeah, so I'm married with 3 young kids. I've got a 7-year-old son, a 5-year-old daughter, and a 3-year-old son. And I also have a brother and a sister who, between the two of them, they have 9 children. And so we have a lot of the next generation coming up. I think there's 12 grandchildren that have the opportunity to be here and to work in this business. And my great-grandfather started doing this in the mid-40s. And to be able to continue on that family tradition is really important to us. And it's a pretty special thing that you don't see today anymore. It's harder to find these types of businesses. And so the success of our operation and business is really dependent upon a good career, a good livelihood for the next generation of my nieces and nephews or my own children. Crop insurance is really important for the citrus industry. Back in 1990-91, our family didn't have crop insurance, and as we had a disastrous freeze that wiped out everything that we had and the next year's crop. The trees, we even lost some trees. It got so cold here. It got down to 8 degrees for a period of time, and it was devastating. Our family operation almost went broke during that time, but we were able to fight in our way back to profitability. And now we buy crop insurance because of that one lesson and experience. And crop insurance is merely a way for us to know that we can cover our costs. We lay all of our income out throughout the year in order to farm this crop. And we have a beautiful crop on the tree this year. But in the citrus business, the main concern that we have is, are we going to get through winter? And are we going to make it to where we can harvest that crop? In our area, especially further south of here, a lot of guys get done and off before the freeze or the cold weather threat comes. But in our area, you can lay your head on the pillow at night knowing you've got some protection if you do get whacked. And when I say protection, we're not getting rich on the crop insurance. It's merely covering our costs and allowing us to get to the next year. So it's very, very important in what we do. So, we don't change the way that we operate because we do have crop insurance. If crop insurance doesn't make you money, crop insurance strictly protects you from devastation. And we still have to get up and run our wind machines. We spend a tremendous amount of money on frost protection, running wind machines, running water, having labor, all of our guys out here. I'm out here at all hours of the night myself. Every winter when we're going through the cold weather, there's always that knowing you've got that crop insurance is really critical for the complete wipeout of your crop. But we never stop fighting this cold weather, because even if you think you've lost the battle in the middle of it, you have to keep going, because we are so much better off being able to save our fruit and take it to market than we are just relying on crop insurance. Crop insurance is not the answer to just make money. It's a backstop, and that's what it's there for. So back in 1990-91, when we had our major freeze that wiped us out, we had to lay off all but about 3 employees, and we just didn't have the money and the income to get to the next year. One of the things that crop insurance does that helps us is again, it covers our costs. You know, today we employ directly about 40 people, indirectly through farm labor contractors and harvest crews. There's probably another 100 to 125 people that are touched by what we do. That's not counting the chemical industries that we're using fertilizers and the pesticides to keep the bugs down on the trees, to you name it. But even these packing houses, I know these packing houses employ hundreds, even thousands of people. So if we did not have crop insurance and we were not able to make it and keep going from one year to the next, it would be a major economic hit for the industry, the ag industry as a whole, not just counting the citrus industry. So whether you're farming 5 acres or you're farming 5,000 acres, at the end of the day, if you're not sustainable and you can't make money, then and you go broke, then what good is it? And I love small farmers. Our family started out as a small farm. My great-grandfather had 30 acres, and our family has grown over 4 generations from that. And so we are fortunate enough to be able to grow in volume to help supply the world with food, and good quality food. If we didn't have the crop insurance and it wasn't as affordable as it is, that just increases our costs. It drives our costs up, and we're no longer competitive. And eventually we'll get squeezed out and won't be able to keep doing what we're doing. One of the things I'd like to see, if possible, is a small tree policy. In 2013, we had one of the most devastating freezes that killed a significant amount of our new acreage. And the freeze happened in early December, and the trees were still vibrant and alive and awake, and they hadn't gone dormant yet. And it killed a big portion of our trees. And so if there was some kind of a policy, we'd be willing to pay for it. We don't want to hand out. We don't want people to just give us money. But that is a tremendous amount of setback, not only in the cost of replanting that tree, but the amount of time that we lose. I had a block that was 3 years old and 1 year away from production, and I lost half of it. And now I have to start all over again and wait 3 more years. So the money that I've lost in continuing to try and get these trees to market it would be a huge help to us if we could have some type of a young tree policy. You know, if we lost a tree like we did in 13, we had many trees that were already 3 years into it. So the value of time is difficult to replace. So it doubled the amount of time for us to get that into production, and that completely eats into everything that we're doing and puts a lot of things on hold. So if we did have the ability to have a policy that helped us with that, from not only the redevelopment aspect, but the time factor that we lost, that would be a big benefit to us.